have you do is everybody's going to pull your right elbow past your right rib cage towards your hip here. Okay, boom. Okay, and put it back down. Touch down, rest, recover. By the way, hey, happy hinge time. Pull and down. So what we're doing is patterning this nice elbow retraction pull. Everybody hold the top. Okay, also looks like you're like ready for a gunfighter show. Okay, right? All right, now all we're gonna do is we're gonna drive the hips through, stand up, and let the kettlebell wrap around the outside of my right wrist. Ready? Stand up. Okay, notice the kettlebell went around the wrist, not over the knuckles. Okay? Was there a lot of impact? No, okay, watch this. Over grip. Pull the elbow back behind you, let the kettlebell roll across the front of your hip, down the seam of your inner thigh, and back down to the ground. What we just did is we reverse engineered the single-handed kettlebell clean from the top down. From the bottom up, we prioritize the thing that people suck at, which is what? A horizontal pull. Should be a full body, well, we call it a pull, but we're going to drive our feet down in a pushing like motion to make the kettlebell float up, at which time we pull the elbow back, put a reduce, draw, and then we just let the kettlebell wrap around the outside of our hand with minimal impact. Okay, everybody just do it again. Okay. Right elbow pulls, stand and wrap. Yo, baby, yo, wrap. Okay, now we're going to get into elbow down, knuckles up. Thumb back towards your shoulder. Okay. Now let's look at this rack position. Okay. This, everybody do this across your midline a little bit. It's kind of relaxed, right? Now do this. Thumb up towards your front deltoid. Imagine doing a plank here. And take note of that weight displacement firing off your contralateral oblique and hip. Does everybody feel that difference? So if we have this vertical stack, this is what we'll call our strength rack. Until you're tired, I want this. When you get tired, guess what you're going to do? You're going to do this anyway. So I don't need to cue that. Boom. Thumbs up, 7 up, elbow in, and down. Drive your hand down, away, underneath your chin. There. So we want to depress the shoulder. Everybody kind of feel that stretch out your trap even a little bit. Maybe right above your first rib. I want that tissue to open up. Okay? Wrap over, pull the elbow back, roll across the front of the hip, and down towards the ground. Okay, ready? We're going to do 3 reps of this cheek clean. So row, clean, row, stand to clean. Okay? Use that other hand just to control it. Now back and over, boom. 2 hands over, pull, stand to clean. Nice. So notice it's wrapping around the outside of the forearm. Last one, pull and unwind. High hinge, pull, stand to clean. So everybody has a safe way to get the kettlebell up without making a lot of impact on their body. Is that okay so far? Everybody was successful. I like it. Back down. Let's try the other side. So pull, stand, wrap. Okay. Oh, you got wrap on. ODB. Good. Back down. Pull, stand, and wrap. Watch this.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Use both hands just for now, okay? Both hands, unwind, and back down. Okay, so at any point in time, we can always pattern the row into the hip before the hip extension, prioritize proximal placement of the kettlebell. In a good clean, the kettlebell stays close to my body, not swinging all the way around for a regressive and basic swing. Not swinging clean. The reason being is if it swings around in a big arc, that's a whole bunch of micro adjustments we have to make to catch the kettlebells without impact. So what goes up must come down. What goes out is going to come back. Okay? So verticalize that line of force is the easiest way to make the skill predictable on the front end. After that, we can diversify. Trust me. Okay? Second, training wheels. Okay. Training wheels. That was the easiest one. Now let's go ahead and go for a different approach. Okay? We could do a 2-hand cheek clean where we prioritize legs, then arms. So we did arms, then legs to prioritize that first pull with the upper body. Now we're going to go same grip. We're going to stand, pull, and wrap. Okay? Stand, pull, wrap. So stand, pull, wrap. Okay? Stand, pull, wrap. Again, How much impact? Very little impact, right? Because you're not going over, which I can anticipate that force pretty easy, but now people won't. You just make a lot of impact, okay? 3 reps on that side. I want to see how it looks. 10 full reps. So you have the two-handed row clean. You have the two-handed cheek clean, which is a more conventional clean, prioritizing the mechanics of lower body before pull, right? So we just changed the orientation, the focus of that. Next, before we get into a true one-handed clean, we want to look at training wheels again. Okay, so watch this. We're going to pull with one hand. So we're going to stand, pull. Okay, stand, pull. We're going to hit that same position. Elbow retracts here. So I'm going to stand, pull. Notice the line from my elbow to the base of the kettlebell. My chest is proud, not closed off to the world, reinforcing a power posture once again. Now watch what I do. I just take this hand, support that bell, drive my knuckles through the handle and up to that rack position. I want to unwind, boom. Wind up. Notice how much impact? 0 impact. Okay? And I just practice that weave in and out with the hand. Okay, so everybody, you're going to go ahead and get that kettlebell in hand, square off your hips and shoulders. Stand, pull, catch underneath the bell. Stand, pull, catch. Okay, it's right on the right hemisphere of your body. So I keep it on the same side of the hand that's attached to the kettlebell. Because if it crosses over, then you have to go back over this way anyway. You want to keep it up and down this seam. Okay? So from here, watch this. Drive the knuckles through the handle and up. Take the hand across, pull the elbow back. That's all you think about. Nope, pull the elbow back. Your right elbow back. There you go. See, just think with the elbows. Always think with the elbows. Hey, someone else told me about that with high fives, right? Yeah, okay. Drive the knuckles through and up. Wrap, pull the elbow back. Notice your chest is proud, you're right there, kind of at the hip. Think, I got like a big water gun. Okay, there we go. Up and in. Don't throw it over. Back. In, up, and pull back. Good, let's try the other side. Stand, pull, catch. Good. The catch is right here on your ribs, in front of your ribs, on the same side. So not all the way to the side, kind of, there you go, on that oblique line right there, okay? Drive the knuckles in and up. Wrap, pull the elbow back. In and up. Just your left hand, I can tell. Elbow, thumb point back, good. Wrap and pull back. Drive knuckles in and up. Good, and pull back. So you notice the coordination deficit on this side. All the more reason to pattern these drills without the ballistic component. Okay? All right, next, training wheel. It was just patterning that thing that you did there. Now watch, so all I'll do is I do the catch, boom, catch, thread. Boom. So I don't have to worry about, that's the part you gotta worry about. Right? It's just the impact. Everything else is going all right so far. Stand, catch, thread, wrap. Okay, just give me 3 reps there. Stand, catch, thread, wrap. Stand, catch, thread, wrap. Make it systematic, 1 step at a time. Don't throw the kettlebell over. Good. Make it go around the outside of the wrist, not over the knuckles. 3 on each side. And this is just saying like, oh, look, there's no reason, like most of the time you're cleaning a kettlebell, but then like after the classes are over, it's sweating. You're just cleaning the kettlebell so you can do something else with the kettlebell, like a squat or a press. You know, so you don't need it to be the clean, be the focal point. You need a safe way to get the kettlebell up to the rack, right? So check this out. Next step for your training wheels. We went catch it here. Now all I'm going to do is catch it right before it makes impact. So I'm going to catch underneath the bell here, just the same way that you were teaching yourself to wind and unwind the kettlebell. So I'm going to be here, catch, just to remove the point of impact. Notice all I did was avoid the kettlebell from hitting my forearm. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to do anything other than give myself that little bit of a buffer of safety. So stand, pull, wrap, oh, everything happened. All I did was make sure the hand was there to remove the likelihood of impact, okay? So give me 3 reps on each side there. All right, so why is that important? Okay, check this out. This is a fixed lever length, right? If the elbow stays fixed at the hip, the kettlebell is going to swing how far out? That far out. Every time. I told you the kettlebell should stay close to your body. How do you keep the kettlebell close to your body? If your forearm is a fixed length, you pull the elbow back. Look, the kettlebell stays close. The handle stays proximal to the front line of his body. Okay? So, well, how does that work? Okay, put up your dukes. I watched Tombstone the other day, right? You're a daisy if you do. All right? Now, if I say draw, and you say this, you do this. Right? And I do this. Which one of us is going to live and which one of us is going to die? Right? I want to be this guy. I don't want to be this one. Right? Boom. Short, tight mechanics in a small space. If you can get the job done with less extraneous space, like space requirements and effort, then you're going to be getting better outcomes consistently, because you're also going to minimize those unwanted forces acting on the body. The body getting pulled forward or pulling too high. You're only pulling as high as the bell needs to be to catch it. All right, so everybody feel like you got it good there? You caught it? Okay, look at it. We've gone through this whole process. Everybody go ahead and straddle your bell. Stand, pull, wrap, catch. Okay, maybe there's a little jiggle, use a little less power. Back down. Stand, pull, catch, wrap. Okay, pretty darn good. Give me 2 more. Give me some more. Good, straighten out that wrist. Good, good catch. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good, and anytime somebody makes a little wince or is looking at their forearm, then what am I going to do? I'm going to tell them to go back to a training wheel approach that keeps them not thinking about, ooh, that one didn't feel so good, because fear changes motor programming. Right? As soon as you feel pain, are you going to do the movement well? No, your body's going to instinctually move away from the pain, even if it makes the pain worse. So as soon as there's pain, as soon as there's fear, our job is to remove the pain and remove the fear so they can develop skill. With the presence of fear or pain, they will not develop the optimal skill. Does that make sense for everybody? Does everybody feel like no matter where someone is in that progression, you have a way to get the kettlebell up to the rack? Because oftentimes, unless you're just me, unless everybody's really proficient at kettlebells, do not program metabolic conditioning, high volume clean. You get what I'm saying? Because all you're going to do is have really beat up people. You clean, you do something else from this position. Squats, presses, push presses, whatever the case is. Don't have them do that more times than necessary to get the kettlebell up between every set. The clean is an amazing exercise. You must have a highly qualified subset of people that are good at kettlebell cleans before you consider doing that in some type of compressed format. So don't program an AMRAP of 10 cleans per arm plus this. 1 clean, 10 squats, 10 presses, because we want to mitigate the risk for impact and pain, right? Is the clean really that valuable? Maybe, but not if. And that if is basically disqualifying too big a population in a mixed group setting. Yeah? Does everybody feel okay with that logic?
Yes.
Okay, so that's my perspective. Take it and leave it, whatever you think. But training wheels, ultimately, all I want, I don't care if you're not perfect at cleaning the kettlebell. I care that you're safe at cleaning the kettlebell. If everybody feels safe with the approach and feels safe and empowered to bring somebody else into an environment where kettlebells are there, and even if you never worked with somebody, you know a way. All right, everybody's going to do the most remedial version. Like, oh, we're going to do it again? Yeah, we're going to do it again. Because you know what? This is always going to pattern a better behavior. It's patterning, right? Patterning a behavior and a movement pattern at the same time. Elbow retraction, elbow retraction, elbow retraction. You know what more people need than anything else? More freaking horizontal pulls. They need more horizontal pulls. Get over it. Do more horizontal pulls. It's great. You know, don't complain. Like, it's either that or lunges for lunch. What do you want? Burpees for breakfast, lunges for lunch. It sounds good. Okay. I don't know. Actually, we're going to have pork belly sliders for dinner. They're going to be delicious. Okay, I promise. Okay. Anyway, swings. Swing, bada, 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 swing. All right. Swings are amazing exercise if people do it right. Kind of like clean. I want to reinforce This proud chest, again, I want this open, dynamic expression of this posture, even when I'm in this hinge. Okay? So what we were talking about, we looked at the RDL. That was a pretty good regressive skill or modification. But still, like when if it's a swing, if I say swings and we have a board, everybody's doing swings and I'm doing RDLs, it just doesn't feel like I'm doing what everybody else is doing. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like I'm part of the crew. You know, I'm not part of the cool kids. So ultimately, I need to call something a swing, and it should tempo a swing. It should look, walk, and talk like a duck, right? Is it supposed to walk and talk like a swing? It should feel like a swing. It should look like a swing. I should be able to train myself in the tempo and the rhythm of the community as they swing. So what we did is we borrowed something, because we do that. Somebody, smarter than us, obviously, right? So Dan John calls it something called a goat belly swing. It's a centrated load at your belly, and then you hold the kettlebell here and you swing. I thought that was really great, but still the way it was coached was too lax in the upper body architecture. So call it something else, because if I call it something else, you do it the way I say rather than like, oh, well, that's not the way he says it, right? So nomenclature, just scrap it. Is that a goblet squat? Nope. Call it horn squat here. You're gonna do it the way I want to do it, right? Because what's in the name? Associative thought. You smell something, you think of something. You hear something, you think of something. So I call it something you ain't never heard before. I don't even care if it makes any sense. Okay? Because then I get to tell you what I want versus deal with whatever previous examples you had, right? So we're gonna call this a chest swing. What's gonna happen is we're gonna deadlift the bell. We're gonna pull the bell up towards our belly, below our sternum, and grab the bell by the horns. Kind of like we're in Texas, grab the bull by the horn, right? So bell by the horns. Base of the kettlebell at your belly, below your sternum. I want you to roll, remember all that mobility stuff? Look at this. Roll the shoulder blades up, back, and down. Pull the elbows back. So you want to pull those elbows back actively. As you do that, go ahead and let your core brace reflexively into that belt. That's nice. It's going to help with reflexive stability there. Yeah? Nice. I like that. Okay, good. Stabilize that spine. Now what we're going to do is, hey, remember that high hinge we did earlier? Go ahead and high hinge and stand tall, strong. Okay, widen your base a little bit. Spread the floor apart. Hips up and back. Drive your hips through. Okay, remember about slowing time. Everybody pull their hips back and hold. I can see your posture. Johnny, I want your head up a little bit there from there. Good. Hold, hold. Remember, I slow down time. Look, I stop time. Everybody stand strong. Get tall. Okay, is anybody's back arching? I can see that. All right, I don't want your back arch. Tuck your hips under, get tall. This is your top position. Everybody, back position. Go. Hold. Lengthen your crown forward, your tailbone back. Long spine is a strong spine. Feel those hamstrings low. Drive. Tall. Boom. Good. Everybody's on cadence. Everybody's on cool. Cue. Pull back. Boom. Drive through. Tall. Pull back. High hinge. Get tall. All the way up. Okay, here we go. We're going to go slow back, slow forward. By the way, your arms might get tired. Slow on the way back. Feel that tempo. Pull, pull, pull every centimeter. Feel that tissue lengthening. Drive up. Nice and slow and controlled. Bam. One more. Slow back. Nice and controlled. Controlled all the way up. Get tall. Tuck your hips under. Finish by pushing your arches down through the ground. All right. Now we're going to go slow back. Power forward. Okay. Slow back. Feel a nice long stretch. And then stand strong. Slow back. Strong up. Slow back, and strong stand. Slow back, and strong stand. Good. Next time, we're going to overspeed. Fast back, touch a hot stove, stand up, strong and fast. Ready? Fast back, fast up. 1, fast back, fast up. 2, fast back, fast up. 3. All right, and relax. Put the kettlebell down. All right, so easy to control the environment, right? I want to control the environment, right? Because not only with my verbal cues, but with the likelihood of the kettlebell going to fly, the kettlebell ain't going nowhere. You might fall right down. Because the gravity's going to pull on it straight down. Right? Fast feet or happy feet, it's really nice when you're not dodging other people's kettlebells. Okay, when they're learning. Okay? Other thing here, okay, I'm going to tempo a traditional kettlebell swing here at the front of the room. You're going to do a chest swing. Your goal is to match my tempo rep for rep. Because ultimately what happens, Johnny, when you're teaching kettlebell swings, what is the first thing people want to do when they get excited, they get swing? They They break too soon, right? What happens when the hips break too soon? The kettlebell yanks them down, and all that force is realized all across their spine. Yucky, not okay. It just looks horrible. Why does it look horrible? It's disconjointed. It's not strong and beautiful, right? It doesn't have to be slow anymore because it's ballistic, but it still has to stay, like you said, does it look good, right? Cody, does it look good? No, it didn't look good. It don't get it. What's wrong? I don't know. Let's go back to the drawing board because you know what? We have an access point that everybody can enter into and be successful. That's all I care about, especially in group fitness. It's the only thing that matters that everybody has a way to participate and play with the drill that's on the board because they are psychologically and emotionally attached to being part of the whole group. And that's part of the reward. The workout's secondary. The experience is primary. Trust me, if you don't believe it, if you think you're going to write the perfect program and that matters, they don't give a shit. They're there for the experience. We want to give them what they need. They want what they want. They're there to have fun, right? So we got to do it in a creative way where they get a good workout, they have fun, you say a bunch of crazy stuff, have good music on, whatever you want to do. And it's our professional, it's like the professional onus is on us to do that and still give them what they need. That's where the creativity comes. You think you're not creative, you are got to be the most creative people in the world. How do you communicate to all these varied people? How do you get them to be motivated to do something they wouldn't otherwise do? And how do you make them have fun do it while they do it? You know, I could not underestimate how much that takes out of everybody's day just to think about those things. Even if you're not thinking about consciously, you're probably trying to think about just like trying to create an environment where it is happening, right? Everybody, chest swings, okay? Chest swings. I can give you a little break, talk a lot, you know? Okay, I'm going to swing, a conventional swing. You swing from the chest, just the way we were. Everybody at the belly. You match my tempo, okay? Take note, at the top, you may have to wait for a second before you start your next rep. And this is what we want to teach, timing at the top. Ready, hike, drive. Oh, everybody chest swing. Chest swing. Chest swing. Look at everybody else. Oh, okay. Okay. It's okay. One of these kids is doing their own thing. One of these kids ain't like the rest.
What's wrong with you?
Match his tempo. Stay with him. If you need to wait at the top, wait at the top.
Okay, and relax. Good. So what you might find is some of you wanted to move faster than me because it's short lever. You could, safety. But if the kettlebell swinging your arms, physics come into play. You must wait for gravity to act on the bell. You should wait until the kettlebell is hanging down before you break the hips. Okay? Otherwise, wait. Now, we're going to do another round. One more round. All right? I'm going to time 20 reps. You are going to do 30 reps. Does that make sense? You're going to control acceleration, deceleration, because you're in a short lever configuration. You're going to overspeed. You beat me. Don't stop at 20. Stop when I'm done at 20. You count your reps. So every time you come up, exhale. 1, 2, 3. Actually, you'll be here, correct? So you can breathe out, but your breath will sound funny in your head. You'll hear the number. So every time you exhale, count. It can be out loud if you want, or it can be under your breath. But count, because I'm going to ask you how many reps you did. And inevitably, someone's like, I don't know. I just did 20. You can count to 30 if you need to. It's okay. It's just an assignment. Let's see if everybody can follow the assignment, okay? All right? I'm looking at somebody.
That's so great, like chest swing.
I was like, never mind. Look at everybody. Thank you for being this.
Yes.
All right, everybody, here we go. You all swingers, let's go. Let's do this. All right, ready? Here you go. Breaking those hips. Overspeed. $18, $19, $20. Okay, good. Rest. All right, how many?
30.
27, 26, 31, 25, 32, 30, 29, 29. get less than 20? Let's just go there. No, right? So now, without increasing load, can we increase training effect using the short lever variation? How? More volume, compressing the volume, acceleration, deceleration into that hinge, right? How fast and how specific are we loading those posterior tissues? To lengthen and shorten, lengthen and shorten. You can do it faster than I can with the kettlebell. Force equals fast time acceleration. Fast time acceleration. So theoretically, if I had a 35-pound kettlebell, but you could do 1.5 times the reps in the same amount of time, you're moving those tissues through greater lengthening and shortening over that period of time. That acceleration and deceleration component can far outweigh the impact of the weight. Way outweigh. So Tim Kennedy, someone we like having around here, is an example. Anybody know who Tim Kennedy is? He's like all-American hero kind of guy, right? Super savage, 225 deadlifts, 100 reps straight, no problem. 8 rounds of 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off with a 12 kilo kettlebell. Couldn't walk the next day. That was part of our warm-up. Sneaky. So I'm teaching the mechanics for better movement, using it as a warm-up because he doesn't perceive it as a threat because it's an itty bitty kettlebell. He did all the other stuff that he's done many times before. Only new variable was that. What made it so hard on him? His mechanics were better in a very, very defined range. He was accelerating and decelerating in that narrow range to a greater degree than he would have if he was swinging a heavy kettlebell. Because he swings heavy kettlebell like this. Now all that flexion is taken away from the specific load of these tissues. You get what I'm saying? So we can't look at the weight specifically as the ultimate measure of what's driving the impact per rep. It's the mechanics just as much as the weight. The weight only amplifies the specificity that the mechanics dictate. Okay? All right. So what we also did is you might see me swing from a hand. We have greatest mechanical advantage when the weight is in our over our base of support and near our center of mass. So a lot of people will start teaching people from a height. This is awesome. You know what people do when they learn how to deadlift? They first swing height will be low, right? Rather than high. That's a skill in itself, height. So what we want to learn how to do is also not shoot a cannon from a canoe. There's no reason why, if timing and sequencing in all ballistic movements are the two primary skills to do it better, it doesn't matter if you theoretically are strong. If you're not at the right place at the right time, you're going to experience unnecessary mechanical stress. Does that make sense? Like if I catch the weight and I'm here, is that going to ever be okay? No, I'm always going to exert more force on some part of the lever systems in my back, usually TL junction, low back, somewhere in the ESI. Depends on you, to some degree, right, and how you look. Now, if that's the case, we pattern, actually the chest swing, I'll just guarantee, okay, you guys work varied populations, chest swing them to death. If somebody wants to swing that they've done swings before, make them chest swing and then let them do some swings. But what we do, unless someone's working with me for a longer period of time, ain't nobody swinging. Because I haven't seen them do it well, so I'm going to qualify it first. Okay? And what I'll do is we'll test low amplitude swings. It's just the timing of the downswing. Am I where I'm supposed to be when the weight is realized? So what's bad about that? Absolutely freaking nothing, because all I need to know is when the weight goes down, is my body in a state to receive that load appropriately? Can I time that appropriately? Then low amplitude becomes moderate amplitude, breaking above the hips, and moderate amplitude becomes higher amplitude. Each time the upswing increases in velocity and distance, but not only that, the backswing increases in distance because the goal is to accelerate the bell all the way to neutral. The longer the backswing, the longer period of time that the bell accelerates. This is it's not easy being a dummy. Ever watch those commercials when you're young? I don't have them anymore. Car, put it on the track, there's a wall, boom, the car hits the wall. What flies through the window? The crash dummy. The crash dummy is the kettlebell. Okay? Your hips, the front of your hips are the car. The wall, actually let's say the car is the driving force right here, your butt, driving your hips forward. The wall is this nice block at the full extension of your hips. So this is not full extension of your hips, that's lumbar extension. Boom! Hips tucked under. That's why we did all this pelvic mobility. Because everybody thinks that this is what they're supposed to do every time they stand up. Okay? So everything's tying back together. If they can't articulate their pelvis, they don't know how to stand up and generate force to their hips without doing a whole bunch of shear in the low back. I get so excited. I don't know why. Freaking love kettlebells. You love kettlebells? You love kettlebells?
Yeah.
Don't lie to me. I'm just kidding. I would wear kettlebell earrings if I could. Ultimately, we just wanted to create a framework of understanding how we do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Like if we wanted to do, we'll get into clubs, it's a lot easier with clubs. But if I wanted to look at lateral swings, I look at being able to rotate my hips here and maintain. Look, when my hips rotate, what happens to my spine? It's oriented differently, but is my spine what's rotating? No! So everybody's like, oh, that's down your back. No, it's loading the outside of my hips amazingly, right? Boom. Ha. Right? Nothing new. Pivot, hip rotation, hip rotation. What does that look like? Right? Anything that look familiar with any other movie? It's just one piece of a big pie that we see everywhere else. So a lot of what we do with our exercises may look foreign because we don't look at it from this very bilaterally focused framework, but we break down specific mechanics and we look at what we call component learning theory. Can I get this to work in a certain way? Now, from that platform, can I express power with a kettlebell, with a club, with a ball, with a bat, whatever the case is? Ultimately, if the mechanics suck, doesn't really matter what the tool is, whether you're in sport or whether you're in a gym, ain't gonna be optimal, right? So ideally, we stick to, for the most part, the basics, but our basics framework must apply to allow for huge amounts of sophistication and variability. And that's what hopefully you see, no matter what we do, we break it down into these granular, very small micro components of movement that focus on all of that nice articulation that you guys were doing earlier, right? So it doesn't matter if you can move the bell, it matters how you move the bell. It doesn't matter if you can move the bell at a certain weight, it matters if you can move your butt at a certain weight, certain speed, certain level of control. You are the focal point. Your body is the center. This is just another tool pulling you around, and you are fighting to own the center. The relationship between me and Tori, if I close my eyes and he's moving, I want to be in the middle. Because what's in the middle owns the ring. If it's a boxing match, the guy in the middle, trust me, is winning. It's called he's winning the match of ring generalship. He might not win the whole boxing match if he's fighting a good counter puncher, but trust me, he's making that person move all the way around there. And all I got to do is take one step. Oh, one step, right? If I'm grabbing you and we're holding on to each other, I own the middle. That means my body ain't the one that's going to go over the rainbow, right? I always own the middle. You, in a relationship, whatever the tool is that you're interacting with, whatever the dynamic resistance you're experiencing, always own the middle. Always take the center. Always control what's happening around you. Everything else is just variables for you to express your will over, right? The tool, challenges of the day, you stay centered, you stay controlled, you learn a new skill, whether it's movement or work related, and just own it. You know what I'm saying? That's all this is. So hopefully the kettlebell makes a lot more sense from our perspective, and you have an easy entry point to get through the hardest things to do in a group setting safely, which are definitely clean swings and as we talked about, if there's a complex movement, all we do is break it down. Like, is it complex movement? Yes. How many components? 6. How many drills between those 6? A to B, or 1 to 2, that's a drill. 2 to 3, that's a drill. 3 to 4, that's a drill. Oh, they don't own the position. Hold the position. Now make the transition. Own that position. Make that transition. Own the position. Practice, practice, practice. Practice the pattern. Practice the position. And then the expression of power. After you reinforce the ownership of the structure, stability, control, and you practice the skill of slowly, smoothly owning the transition. Speed hides need early in the process. If I'm telling you to move fast, slow, and you're like, oh, where do you think I'm going to make you hold? Right there. Okay, you stay right there. Right? So all these things are recurring. It's the same message over and over. I told you you can hear the same thing over and over again. It's not sexy. It's a process.